A lot of people don't understand the term building envelope, but it's basically whatever separates the interior of a building from the exterior. So that would be the roof, the walls, doors and windows, and the foundation. So any problems that develop that are associated with those components of a building are considered part of the building envelope.
Today we are doing a whole building air leakage test. It's a performance-based test. It gives us an idea how the building as a whole is performing. It doesn't just verify that the windows have been installed correctly or the roof has been put in correctly or the doors. It's a whole building approach, so we can test the entire building as built at once. In this case, they've had large leaks and their current HVAC hasn't been able to heat and cool the building correctly. But we can go in and by using the building fan and different equipment such as infrared, we can go identify the worst areas that need to be corrected and save the contractor and owner time and money. And we can do not only the building envelope commissioning, we can also do your roof design, your full-on HVAC commissioning, help you with your LEED certifications. In Kansas City, we see about a 35% cost savings on energy efficiency, particularly on the heating side. If we can repair a roof now as opposed to replace it, that gives the client maybe 2 or 3 years to budget for adequate replacement. We have a variety of tests that we do. In this case, we're using a capacitance meter to determine if there's moisture present in the existing roof. We also have infrared cameras we use and nuclear moisture meters. The advantage of the equipment we have today, we can do it during business hours and it's relatively simple. The test today will tell us how much wet insulation or deficient materials we have up on the roof. If we have maybe 20% or widespread areas of wet insulation, we can tell the owner now it's going to be more cost effective to plan on doing a complete re-roof as opposed to trying to do a recover. We give an independent third-party recommendation on how to either correct what's there or to effectively recover what's there or replace. We give different options and different methods to meet owners' needs. So a lot of times an owner will get a roofer out and they'll want to replace a roof completely. We can come out and we can come up with different solutions that are more economical and help the owner budget better for roof placement.
The roof systems are tested usually right when they get started on the application, and so they'll do a 20 square area on the roof, test it, make sure that that assembly is going to meet the pressure. Then they come back when the roof is done and test other areas to make sure that it is still compliant. But without that, they wouldn't be able to get the insurance that they need on the building, and they wouldn't have any assurance that the hurricanes wouldn't take their roof with it. What we're demonstrating here is a test procedure that's intended to mimic wind uplift pressure. This apparatus creates a negative pressure inside the chamber. It has a deflection bar inside that measures the uplift. As you pull the negative pressure, the roof will give, and that is measured. If it reaches a certain threshold, it's deemed a failure. And this is how we do it at Terracon.
The worst thing that can happen to a building owner is to take over a building and the windows leak and the sheetrock gets wet and you have that terrible inward mold that can start with that kind of condition. If you can imagine if you have windows that leak and you didn't detect that and the building has 500 windows and they're all installed not per the spec, you can imagine what kind of issue you would have after the fact to go back and many times tear exterior finishes or interior finishes off to correct the problem so that the building is watertight. Well, what we're doing today is testing a window opening on a central plant, and why this testing is important is that it helps everybody concerned. It helps the owner, it helps the general contractor, it helps the glazing contractor to be assured that the installation is watertight as it's installed.
By performing this testing, we're adding another layer of quality control to the project. We normally see failures within the first 2 to 3 minutes, and that usually points to a construction issue or we'll see failures within the last 2 to 3 minutes of the test, which sometimes is just a small crevice in a sealant joint that gradually over time, it takes the full 15 minutes in order to build up enough water in order to be able to visually observe it.
We just have a lot of experts that have done this for a long time and work very well together as a team and can seamlessly provide that one-stop solution for our clients. And that's the way we do things at Terracon.